Hello, everyone, and welcome
Hi.
to the October Storytellers Hearth weekend. This is stream number 11, and I'm your host for today, but I'm joined by my co-hosts, which I will let them introduce themselves and start. Annika.
Hi, I'm Annika. I write mainly YA contemporary and I make videos about writing, apparently. And yeah,
Awesome. So I have to check myself out every time. I'm Adeshile. I know that part. I write character-driven stories about flawed people finding their way through impossible worlds or situations where survival meets heart, and even the broken can begin anew.
Still love that.
Thank you.
And good morning, afternoon, evening. I'm Rita Slanina, actress, author, lifestyle content creator, and your shopping bestie over on Amazon Live. But I have recently released the Harbor Excursions coloring book, which just was a fun little addition that we kicked off with our Kickstarter campaign. So, hi.
Awesome. And I am Shanon, a Romantasy author. I write under the pen name of SC Huston. You're here on my YouTube channel of SC Huston. My most current book that's about to release in January, on January 20th, is Curse of Wings and Gems. And that just won the International Firebird Award, which I have to say that a few times because I'm like, what do you do when you win an award? I guess you should tell people, right?
Absolutely.
I'm also launching Romantasy Adventures, an immersive reader experience where the story unfolds through mailed story pieces, artwork, online chapters, and videos. And that's going to be launching in the next week, where I'm going to do a promotional giveaway where you can buy a ticket in for $1 or do a scavenger hunt for the chance of winning an experience through the random drawing. And actually, I have someone on screen who bought the experience as part of my Kickstarter. So it's revamped a little bit from when I did it with Rita and the people from my Kickstarter, but it's eventually, yeah, it was fun watching you open the packets on that were mailed to you online. So
that was probably the most fun because it's so interactive. It's just brilliant.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to launching that in the next week. And then if you're an author tuber or booktuber and got a channel here on YouTube, we do have Alyce and I, which I don't know if Alyce was going to join us, but I know she took the late stream last night, so I don't know if she'll end up being with us. But Alyce and I are doing the Book and Pen Secret Santa, and signups are open through the end of this weekend. So I would love for people to sign up for that. It's a great community building event. So, and all my links and everyone's links here are down in the description box below. So.
Is the Secret Santa sign up in the links as well?
Yes, it's in my link tree. Yeah, I think I put it at the top. I don't know. It's either with my book, Romantasy Adventures, and the Secret Santa sign up. They're in the top 3 spots on my link tree. So I don't remember what order I put them in. Rachel stopped in. She had the stream right before us. So taking a break. I thought you might want to take a break after doing that for a while. But wishing everyone good luck at Lurking for Views. I appreciate that. Hello, Martin. Nice to see you. Hope all is well.
Hey.
And then Cool Gamer, hello. United Jackson fans, hi from Australia. So we've got a lot over the world. And Mark, hello. How are you doing? It's been minutes since I've seen you. Are you guys working on anything today? What are you guys working on for the stream? Asking my panel members and the audience.
I'm gonna be working on my second draft of my story, which is actually officially the longest thing I've ever written.
Nice.
Awesome. I will be either bouncing between 2 things. Here we go. Camera's up here. 2 things. One will either be my post-apocalyptic novella, part or second in the series, or I'll be working on my dark fantasy romance story. So either one of those.
I think I'm going to work on visual clutter, but I have a fun different types of author series I was doing, which was like a reels thing. It's just funny, cute, like how we're all weird in all our different fun ways. So I'm redoing one of those too.
Nice. Have you? Are you going to be coloring your coloring book at all, and like doing that as like showing it? You are?
Yes.
Okay. I've thought about doing, because I now have 2 coloring books for my 2 books that were my Kickstarters. And I thought I should color these. And then I start getting locked up, like, people are going to be watching me color these. And I'm like, that's the
Well, yeah,
whole
because you have to get the proofs right and make sure all the lines and everything's alignment is good. And then I'm sitting here going, well, now I have these coloring books. What am I gonna do? So yeah, I figured it was like, why not?
I've seen like a lot of shorts and you know, I watch mostly YouTube, but I bet they probably do this on TikTok, or I've heard they do this on TikTok where they're coloring. So you see them coloring, and it could be with crayons or markers or whatever, and they're coloring and they're telling a story as they're doing it. And I always thought that would be like a great way to talk about your story as you're coloring it. Like you can talk about the background of that particular page or whatever. So I've got great ideas, but then I start getting locked up by the idea that someone's actually going to be watching me color. So
Hey, people watch all kinds of things, so
yeah.
relax. I think it's relaxing.
Yeah, I used to like to color, but I'm not like I've like because I've seen some of these videos. People are like amazing how they do it, like colored pencils. Like they can really get a lot of shading and stuff in there, and I'm like, it would take me hours to figure out how to make that look good. So, but yeah. Mark says, I'll be knitting today while brainstorming the plot of a new book, so I only have vibes and no plot. I mean, sometimes you start with vibes. I am trying to decide if I should write. I'm revising the third short story in my short story collection. I have all 8 stories written. And the third story is the one I've mentioned a few times already, but yeah, I wrote this when I was sick. So a lot of it doesn't make sense. Yeah. And I did get to a point last night. I was like, I can't write anymore because I got to a point where it just didn't, certain parts of the story didn't make sense. And I was going to go back and really revise the beginning again and figure out how I wanted to do it. And I was running out of energy last night. But the reason why I said I don't know if I can go back to it is because I'm at exactly 2,600 words exactly for the weekend. And I was like, how did I hit exactly 2,600 words? And that's from Friday through Saturday of revising. Add all my words together is exactly 26. I thought that's a perfect number.
That's awesome.
United Jackson fan says, first draft of my third book. It's urban fantasy of gargoyles in South Africa. Oh, I like that. I'm not really one for urban fantasy, but I like the setting of South Africa. That's different than like normal United States city that I usually read in a urban fantasy. And then gargoyles. Yes.
Please tell me, United Jackson fans, did you ever watch the TV show, the cartoon called Gargoyles? Just curious.
I have seen it. I remember watching that. I don't really remember much of it, but I remember watching it as a kid.
Had a great voice. Keith Davis, the voice actor, does an amazing job. Amazing job as Goliath. Oh, fun, fantastic.
I actually have gargoyles in my first book. Well, my scavenger hunt is a gargoyle quest. So from a Romantasy Adventures, he's a gargoyle. He doesn't remember his name, and so he asks you to help with his name, and so you have to go find his name. And it's you know, an epic fantasy setting, but there's an academy and an epic fantasy. So you have to go in the academy. It's off season. There's nobody there for as far as students, but you have to go find try and find his name. And the first person you go to is like, well, I'm hungry, so I'm not gonna help you out until you get me some food. And then you go to the cook, and the cook is like, well, I really want this book that the faculty have been passing around for 57 years. It's my turn to have it. Go get me the book. And then you go to the aides of the professor who has the book, and you can decide who you want to talk to. Of the 2 aides, it's a pair of flirty twins, a boy and a girl. So you can decide who you want to talk to. Just depending on who you talk to, they both send you on a side quest. And then you come back and you give them the answer. They get you the book. Then you go to the cook and give the book, and the cook gives you the food. And you go back to the person. He's the warden of works. He's actually a dragon. You give him the food, and then he lets you go into the filing cabinet to go find the name. So
that's awesome.
It's like, it's gonna cost you.
Yeah, it's like lots of little side quests. You're helping everyone out, and then you can finally find the gargoyle's name. But that's a scavenger hunt.
I love it.
Yeah. But so yeah, gargoyle. I like the idea of gargoyles too. Nowadays, when I think of gargoyles, I think of Doctor Who.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. It's not gargoyles, right? Specifically, but I think of the stone angels, but it reminds me of like gargoyles because they look scary sometimes, right? When they get that scary face. So,
absolutely.
Or Ghostbusters Frozen Empire.
Oh yes. It's a cool idea. I don't know who that was in response to. I'm sorry. I kind of went past that. So one of y'all have a cool idea, but I'll just say we all have cool ideas. How about that? And yes, I did watch the Gargoyles. Big inspiration. Keith David is. All righty. Well, I like yesterday. I do have. I'll put the banner out. So the banners have would you rather questions about your story. And this time I think they're both about our protagonists. So would your protagonist rather be known as a liar with good intentions or as honest but cruel? And so we'll answer this when we come back on the first break. So let me get the first sprint set up. If you guys are ready. I'm going to do an hour for the first sprint, and we'll see where we're at for time and see if we do like a half hour, maybe 45 minutes for the second one. That sounds good. So, all righty. Find the right tab here. Not the right tab. And first sprint in 3, 2, 1. Good luck, everyone. And that's time. How did you do? Anyone?
I got 220 words in. So not the best, but I'm okay with that.
You got words.
Yeah, it's more than nothing.
Yeah.
Same thing here. I got some words in. I moved the story into the high action part. So it's a rescue mission. So things are going crazy.
Lots of gosh, I just lost it. I'm tired. High impact scene, but that's not what I'm trying to say. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Because you said it's moving. So this is where the plot is picking up.
Yeah, so I had a moment of reflection. So I'm writing a post-apocalyptic scene with creatures that are like zombies, but they're not. They're infected monsters, mutants, right? Well, one of the characters, we got two groups meeting up, and they have to rescue someone from a Dollar General, and Dollar General is like crowded with these monsters. So they are driving this old Dodge diesel truck through the crowd right now and jumping out. And they had to go into the store because the other person is like hidden in a bathroom. So that's the scene. But right up before that, I was leading to like the characters thinking about like, okay, we're about to do this. It's just that uncomfortable quiet before action happens.
The tension.
So we're in the action part of the story.
Yeah.
Or that scene.
What about you, Rita?
First of all, I'm obsessed because Dollar General's in it.
Right.
Big fan. Okay, so I got the Writers Be Like repost done. So I put that link in the chat. If anyone wants to look at it, no pressure. But I repackaged it, redid a thumbnail because it just didn't perform right. And it's for whatever reason I couldn't log in on the writing channel for here today, but whatever. Anyway, neither here nor there. And then I got my monthly character letter done for my Kickstarter backers for the next character. So moving along. Those are the live tomorrow.
Yay. So I'll be getting that soon. Yeah. Cool.
Oh, yeah.
I liked the last one. It was more of an introduction, but I liked it. So I feel like, okay, I'm still really too tired. And in my short story, I'm at a part that I keep seeing myself pause on the screen. Am I pausing for you guys?
Yeah,
a little bit.
I might have too many tabs open. So yeah, so I was thinking
the writer's life. Too many tabs.
I'm like, maybe I should
my mind usually.
I literally have like 8 open right now. Like, oh, okay, all right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 22. I had 23. I just closed one. Yeah.
That's why we buy gaming computers. It's not because we got to play high-end games. It's because we got 1,000 tabs.
Mine is made with gaming tech. Okay, so I felt like I'm too tired to really get into the nitty-gritty of what this rewrite is really going to need to make this story make sense. And everything that I did for the last 2 days, the story is actually getting kind of long, and I'm trying to hit 1 hour reads on Amazon. So I thought, well, let me just go through and just like start slashing words, start editing just for cutting words without trying to lose too much of my author voice. And then while I was doing that, so I got 28 words added in my slashing, which is it's overall good because I did slash. I went from like 13,500 some words, and I'm at 13,194 words. So I've slashed around 400 words. But while I'm doing that, I know not everyone's like really into AI or whatever, but I like Notebook LM I'm using it for my short stories. I don't think it does really good for like long works because it only gives you so much. But what it does is they now have different options. They have like a podcast feature, which some people actually use the podcast to put podcasts out using the feature. And you can do this on anything. You upload a source, and you can upload multiple sources, and you could just do this like students can use this for studying. You upload multiple sources on one topic, and then you choose the audio and what you want from the audio. And then you have 2 people talking about the sources. You can even interrupt them and ask them questions, and they will answer you. But some of the new audio stuff that they have in there now is where they have, it used to be that they would just do an audio report the audio overview. Oh, I forgot to X out. But anyways, the audio overview now gives you 4 options. What they used to have was just two people talking about your work or whatever topic it was, whatever sources you uploaded. That's what it talked about. Now you can have one where they debate. They take different sides about your work and what they think works and doesn't work, and they debate these topics. They even have one that analyzes and breaks down, what's working, what's not working, or whatever in the sources that you have. And so I started doing this with my short stories. And so I was listening to them talk about so I started writing notes for my first short story. They're debating different topics. And so I was writing that down. So I don't know how many words I wrote down there, but I was writing that down as I was editing my third short story. So, because they may or may not be right, depending on how you feel about your own work. But I know there's something that's not quite working in my first short story. And so I was like taking notes of what they were saying to think, okay, maybe this is what I need to look at and see if I can fix this. So anyways, I was listening to that while I was working. I was multitasking. But
I feel like you should add a Turkin randomly in your story if you're feeling like you're getting stuck.
Turkins for the win.
A longer piece of work, maybe. I'm not trying to add too much because these are that one. I did just put that one. I put that into that short story. I had just uploaded it to Atticus, which is where I format the book. Because on Amazon to hit the 1 hour reads, it's not by word count, it's by page numbers, and it's 33 to 43 pages is a 1 hour read. And that also includes your front matter, your back matter, all that stuff. And it goes by page number of your PDF file if it was an ebook or a paperback or whatever. So I look at that if it was a print format, and I'm at 37 pages with this. So I was like, okay, I do have a little fudge room. I can add more in here. But yeah, I have to be careful what I'm adding because I'm trying to hit that 1 hour slot, but still have a complete story that makes sense.
Absolutely. I'll just mention Turkin because I know Rita and I have talked about it randomly. I talked about it on the stream yesterday, so I didn't know you got to hear that. Rita's like, yes.
I missed it yesterday. I was like, oh.
But yes, I mentioned the Turkin, so somehow I will get a Turkin in this story.
I was just saying in the chat because he was like, yes, Turkins. Like, if Turkins show up at Tractor Supply next season or next baby chick season, my flock's multiplying. It's happening.
That would be something if we all included one element that was the same in all of our works. Totally. And we to connect it, just the major fans would know, oh wow,
they're all connected. Yes, that's what. Yes, I'm in. I'm so down. It feels like opportunity missed because the coloring book would have been a perfect opportunity to throw some Turkins in there.
Oh my word!
But what you can do. And this is a sales trick. I actually had heard about this earlier this year. And I was back in January because I went to go visit Devin. And I told her about it at that time where when people buy stuff from you, so Kickstarter is a direct sale. People buy stuff from you. You say, oh, I meant to give you this too. And you just give them something different, extra. Ooh. And that just makes them think that, you were thinking of them, which you are, you're thinking of ways to connect with them. And this comes from a study that was done with it was waitresses and waiters. If they, they give a piece of candy at the end, so Olive Garden gives you that candy, and then they start walking away and then they turn, oh, I meant to give you this one too. And it just makes the customers remember you better, remember you more for what you've done for them.
That's a great trick.
So yeah, so you could do that. You could do a coloring book page with your Turkin and do it as an email or something to everybody. Hey, I meant to include this, and I totally forgot to include this, but I'm gonna go ahead and give this to all of you guys or something like that.
Oh, what a great tip, Shanon! Oh my gosh, because then it's like a little freebie that you're kind of just like, oh, I love you guys. We should all do that for our newsletters. In some way, shape, or form, which is part of our sneaky little, we're all connected.
Yeah. It's a great way to connect with your readers and a way for them to remember you because there are a lot of books out there. So,
yeah. No,
right. All right. I think I left off with, we were talking about Keith David being inspiration. So Adeshile said Keith David has rocked many, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm tired still. Has rocked some many voice acting roles. When I was trying to give ideas of how I wanted my main character to sound in my dark fantasy, his is the example I gave. I did not know that. Behind the scenes stuff. BTS.
BTS.
Rita was talking about BTS on Friday in her stream. I'm like, the K-pop boy band? I'm
That's
like,
what I was thinking. That's what I was saying. I was like, isn't that K-pop? Are we
Yeah.
talking about the next one?
Dance
So,
Party Thursday.
and then she finally said BTS behind the scenes, like, oh, that's what she's talking about. But it took me a while. I'm like, what is she talking
You said
about?
something. I went, oh wait, that is a K-pop.
Specifically gargoyles, but he's done so many voices. I knew he did Spawn, for example, but I didn't realize that he voice acted in Mass Effect. I'm probably sure I've heard his voice then before. I just didn't know who he was. Jordan stopped in. How are you, my friend? Just came in the chat. Say hello. Notice that there's a conversation about voice actors and voice acting going on. So hello, Jordan. Advocate Animation. I love voice acting. I follow one of my favorite voice actors or boy actresses on YouTube. And Instagram, or another voice actor. She was in Matter of Fact. Mashed Effect, the voice actor. I'm not sure you say the word, but talking about Sion. What was it?
I think it's Sion. I don't know.
Oh, Sion.
Not sure.
Probably. She played Commander Shepard. Her name is Jennifer Hale. That sounds familiar. And she also voices another favorite character of mine in Scooby-Doo.
Oh.
Hale also voices Torn McKnight, the main singer of the Hex Girls in Scooby-Doo, and we see her for the first time in Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. Cool. Favorite voice actor is great, Lyle Griffin, who has also voiced many characters. Thank you for sharing all that with me, Jordan. I don't know as much about it, but see, I mean, voice would be a thing for Jordan because, you know, what am I trying to say? And for me, voice doesn't work because I'm partially tone deaf, so I don't hear everything. So I don't pay as much attention to those things. Rita says, woohoo, repost the writers be like. Oh, let me go grab that before it goes away.
No.
I actually have like no idea what this is. Writers be like. So I'm like, okay, what is this? I'm not in the know.
So it's just a fun little series I did on the new AuthorTube channel to kind of like, I don't know, get content on there more than anything.
Oh, that makes sense.
Like different types of writers. So you have like the overly caffeinated writer. You have the overly dramatic writer. You have.
You know what? You should do like writers and personalities. So you start with like the MBTI. So 16 personalities of writers.
Then that's another good one. Oh, I love that. Oh yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Because I think we like drummed all this up during live streams, of course. And
writers.
So it's finally, I'm like, oh, now I can do them. So
add to the wheel.
I think there is a YouTube channel I was watching a few years ago that talked about the MBTI personalities in different like career fields and stuff like that. So you could probably, I'm sure it's still around, but I don't remember what channel that was. Did I read out? I didn't read all this. I'm sorry. I keep going past it. Fingers crossed it performs better than last time. Haha. Fingers crossed. Yeah, he did Spawn, and he's recently done Husk on Has-Been. Oh, I love that voice. He did, and his voice for singing was really, really good too. So I was talking about Has-Been Hotel yesterday, but behind the scenes. Yeah, we were talking about it. It was me, Martin, and Adeshile were talking about different shows and stuff. But he's getting his star on Hollywood Walk of Fame next year.
Nice.
There's amazing voices out there, like the actor who voices Goku. My husband likes that, but I don't know.
Goku's from Japanese animation. Oh, I could talk about voice. So it's very odd. I think it's because I don't see well. My eyesight's pretty crappy, but like I can pick out voices. Like I can, if I hear a voice once, and maybe because I don't really pick up on accents, but like just how people approach talking. If I hear it once, I can remember it for future stories. So like some people in the Japanese animation, there's a tight-knit group, it seems like, of voice actors. I'm like, oh, this is the person from such and such. Oh, this is the person from such and such. I know this guy or gal.
And their cadence, right? The way they speak, there's their cadence in which they speak too. You're just kind of like, oh, I know who that is.
Yep. Absolutely, yeah. That's cool. So I usually can tell when people are family members too, because it's a cadence thing. It's like, oh, yeah, you guys are related. Yep, definitely see
it. Gwen came in. Morning, guys. Hello. Good morning. And Eva as well. I did so great. I showed up. Yes, you did. Rita on a Sunday, right? Loving it. We're used to seeing Rita's Friday and Saturday mornings. So we
Check
also
out
get
the cool sweater with the
skulls.
skulls on there. Yeah.
Yeah, and I got the window kind of cracked because it's chilly, but you know, it's going for the Halloween spooky before it's all said and done.
Yep.
And Eva will get this one.
Now we just need the chickens.
And the chickens.
Yeah.
They're not up yet. Actually, yeah, probably in the next spring I'll go let them out because the sun's starting to come up now. So
Eva asking if I got sleep. I didn't get enough. I'm still really tired, but we will get there.
yeah.
Have you guys you've heard of lucid dreaming?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I've purposely tried to lucid dream in the past. I've been able to do it just fine. And it's a way that I can like play out my book in my head, my stories, whatever story I'm working on, I play it out in my head and kind of guide the dream. But all this last week, for some reason, my body's like, you're going to lucid dream. You're going to be here for it because you're not quite sleeping when you're lucid dreaming. And I was like, I don't want to be here for it, especially when it became to horror and some slasher stuff happening in my dreams. I'm like, nope, let's leave that one and go somewhere else. Yeah. And I just like, so how do you make yourself not lucid dream? I had to figure that one out. I've never had to worry about that before. So, Eva. And then Richard. Hello, Richard. How's it going? Yes, pausing. I have 13 pinned open.
Nice.
Yeah, more
I have a
random.
group of tabs too, so I understand that one.
Yeah. I'm old school. I shut down my computer every night and start fresh every day. I mean, I do the same thing. I shut down. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I wanted to, so I've never been good at doing that, but something said, and I could have read something weird, but it's like, Macs, because that's what I have, are built to still be on. And that could be completely wrong and false, but I've been like just leaving it on. But I should shut it down every day, or at least clear my tabs. But it's so hard.
I leave mine on. I'm with you, Adeshile. I do the same thing.
I don't clear my tabs. I have it set up on Chrome that when I open the internet, it opens all my tabs I had open last time. So that way I don't have to shut down my tabs, but I can still shut down my computer, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I've had that. So I'm starting to wonder if I want to move from Chrome because it eats up a lot of resources.
It does.
I'm like, is there something like, is Firefox still a thing? Is it still a thing? I don't know.
Yeah.
I never use it. I don't like it.
Yeah. It used to be more secure than Chrome too, but now it's not. Yeah, and I was talking about Notebook LM. It's really cool. Amazing discipline, Richard. So jelly.
So jelly.
I shut down and start fresh as well. My pin tabs all open when I open the browser, though. So yeah, that's what I have too. Yeah, no, not anymore. No, never did. This was a thing Richard tried to have happen back when ChatGPT first started. I guess I was saying it so much. He was like, "Let's take a shot every time Shanon says it," but it didn't click on. Richard, discipline. Right? Oh, Emma. Oh, I'm used to say, Richard. Yes, everyone. Oh, yes, Turkins. Okay, I was spelling, that makes more sense. I was spelling Turkins in my mind with an I instead of an E, but this makes more sense.
Yeah.
Because the way I hear it, it sounds like Turk and in, like you go into something.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know, a Turkin is like a chicken mixed with a turkey, and it's like an actual breed of chicken, but it's a Turkin.
Wait, is this real? Is this a real thing, or just this is
it's a real thing?
Oh,
it's
it is a real thing.
And they look like little baby ostriches when they're babies, and then when they get grown up, they're not as cute. But you have to be careful because they don't have feathers around their neck, so you have to watch the flock to not attack them.
Oh wow!
So in my mystery store, they'll have a great what's it called? A scarf. If I ever write a cozy mystery, we'll put a scarf around them.
I love that.
Miss Featherbottom.
I just googled what Turkins look like, and I'm not sure if they're cute or terrifying.
This is
the little one,
the hullabaloo of a Turkin.
Oh wow! I do see it. Yeah.
When they're babies, I think they're the most precious. They look like little ostriches. They're just so cute. And then when they get bigger, you're kind of like, should I still love you? You know.
Oh my goodness. And see, I thought it was like a perfect addition because in my main series, there's the my Lester Woods, which are combination animals. which I took from Avatar: The Last Airbender. So I was like, oh, a turkey and a chicken. I can combine these from my woods, but they actually exist. So
Yeah. And they had them 3 times this season for baby chick season, and the hubs kept vetoing me. Then we ended up with 4 new ones anyway, and I went, I could have got some turkins.
Do you think you ever get turkins?
Yes. No doubt.
2 authors writing about turkins, upcoming trend. I think we got 3 authors, at least on the screen. I don't know if Annika wants to put it into her contemporary YA.
I think it's
well, they're a real thing, so why not?
Yeah,
it is real, true. Yeah.
People, depending on your role, people definitely notice it, no question.
Yeah,
right.
What
Yeah.
is that?
Answer to your question, I would say honest but cruel. Oh, that does answer the question.
Oh, yeah.
Would your protagonist rather be known as a liar with good intentions or as honest but cruel? And United Jackson says, I would say honest but cruel. She's been locked up her whole life and experimented on. Yeah. What about you guys? For your protagonist in your stories, what would your protagonist prefer?
I think my protagonist would prefer being a liar, because like cruelty is the one thing she doesn't want to be.
That's hard.
Although she is really opposed to lying also. So this is a tough one.
I could actually see this being a very interesting conversation between 2 characters where one knows that she is or he can only lie but has good intentions, but is able to twist the words enough that you find the truth in it.
Ooh. That's good. I would say honest but cruel for mine.
Mine's honest but cruel too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Adeshile doesn't know.
I don't know. I also have 4 characters, so like, isn't a post-apocalypse? I'm just trying to run it through my characters and the situation. So I have 4 characters. One guy is very honest because he's jaded, but he might be the honest but cruel, but not intentionally cruel. You know, like it's like I'm just doing what needs to be done. You know, that kind of thing. But I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea.
And so you could take that even another way, honest but cruel, but you could do it in a way that is like exaggerated, the cruelty of it, where someone couldn't take it seriously because it's so exaggerated.
Oh yeah, that's true. That is true. I don't know. I'll say, I could imagine. So, like I said, I have 4 characters. One character is kind of like a sheriff type. I could see her being a liar with good intentions. I could say that at least for her, because she don't care. She gotta get the job done.
I could see Nira saying to someone like Zane, like, "You're such a cockroach, you can't die." So it's honest but cruel.
Yeah,
that's funny.
It's good.
Yeah, like, oh, how would the character respond to that?
Yeah. Well, like, Zane would have his own. Zane would have his own quip to it.
Right.
I'm known for many things. And that is a new one.
Yeah.
The author 2 beasts or egg turkins.
Yep.
That's our mascot now. Is a turkin what we eat at Christmas? Isn't that like a turducken?
No. Turducken.
That one is created by hand. Maybe so. Yeah, isn't that a Christmas thing? Someone writing a turkin Christmas story?
Oh.
Literally thoughtful, so it comes off as thoughtful. Yeah. Freebies. Then when we're talking about giving away, like if you do the page, the extra coloring page, yeah. Hello, how's it going? I think you might be new to me, so if you are, welcome to the channel. And are you a writer, reader, or what are you doing today? You don't have to tell us if you don't want to, but feel free to share. I'm the writer that just watches other writers. Yeah. Chrome loves RAM. Firefox is still around. Oh, there you go. Firefox is still around.
Nice.
Haven't used it in ages. I don't know why I read that as ogre. I haven't used it in ogres. I don't know why.
More coffee.
Like so much
Yes.
fantasy.
I mean, more.
This is what happens when you dream in fantasy, you know, like you just
Yes.
everything gets filtered through that lens.
Yes, that happens to me. Firefox doesn't work with certain websites. I've heard that.
True.
I'm old enough to remember Internet Explorer. That's still around, actually.
I mean, let's just take it to Netscape. I mean, that's where we're going to go. I mean,
Yes,
we
right.
go.
Chrome takes a lot of space, but it's the most reliable of what I've tried.
Right.
And I like that my tabs stay open. Me too. I think I'm just kind of going to stick with Chrome until something much better comes along. I don't know when that happened, though.
Same.
I'm still not sure if ChatGPT is a browser, app, or website, but I'm glad y'all are having fun with it. It is now a browser. Just now in the last week, it released a browser.
The
So
new update.
yeah. And it is a website and it can be an app. So it's all of these things now. I haven't used the browser. I don't know. It says it's more intuitive because it has Chromium, which is sort of like Chrome. I'm just trying to remember what I've heard. I haven't actually tried it out yet. But it can connect. It knows like what's in your inbox. It knows what you're doing on your computer, so that when you browse something in their browser, it's supposed to tailor it to what it feels that you're actually looking for based off of what you actually have open on your computer. So I don't know. Again, I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know what it actually does. So I've heard. The AI divide is getting more obvious in the community for those of us who don't care either way. I don't care either way what people want, whether they want to support it or don't support it or use it or don't use it. I say you have to do what feels right for you. But I mean, I was having this conversation with friends yesterday where we do so much as writers. I want to do the writing. Let me have the AI do everything else.
Right.
So
I'm with that.
I want to do the writing, but I don't have enough time to do that if I have to mark it and I have to edit and I have to do all these things. And
They can only hire so many clones, Shannon.
I know, right?
Just saying.
Figure out what I'm going to do. I do have great ideas, but I don't ever do them because I'm like, I'd rather be writing than doing that marketing stuff. Like what I told you, Rita. I've known that since January. I haven't done anything with it. Nope, I haven't done anything with it. So
I think it's great when it's helping you like get organized and get needles moving. And, you know, we're obviously not using it to like write what we're thinking. Like obviously, I think that's part of the confusion with the hubbub.
yeah. I think it'd be hard to call yourself a writer if you're having the AI write for you.
Agreed. Yeah.
But I'm okay not being called a marketer. I can let AI do the marketing for me.
Yeah.
Because that's not what I'm doing this for. I'm doing this to write. So I'll let it be my marketer.
I love the topic we were talking about recently, the GEO. That was I've been thinking about it since you mentioned it. I think it was like last week we talked about it. And I'm just like, if you really want to understand and get ahead of the fear-based reaction to all the things, learn about that, because that's no real difference than like the SEO. Learning the SEO and the GEO is just one next step. So
there's another term being applied to GEO. So instead of GEO, it's also being called AIO. So same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Learn how to use it, and, you know, so we don't get scared of it.
And I think that the good thing about trying to figure out GEO or AIO is not, you're not using the AI. You're just learning how the AI is recommending you to other people who are actually using AI. Right. Because there is a population that they're now going to be using the ChatGPT Chrome browser or Chromium browser.
Yeah, right? I saw that in a Substack note post, whatever his social media thing is. They were saying like, hey, there is a subset of people that is how they're doing all their research, or not doing it through whatever other means.
Right.
Yeah.
They're trying to launch a new AI-powered browser. Apparently, they did launch it, from what I understand. There's a lot of anti-AI gatekeeping from largely ignorant people, or just people who we get comfortable. I think as people, we get comfortable with our systems, how it works for us. And then when something new comes along, you're like, oh, okay, is this actually going to do any better for me? Or am I going to waste time figuring this stuff out when I really could keep going? So, but I think that, we get very comfortable with our system.
Absolutely. Growth versus comfort. Like I just listening about this morning, just growth versus comfort. Our brain wants to keep us so comfortable and so like in this least path of resistance, and growing requires pushing up against a resistance of learning something. So our brain goes, no, I want to be safe. I don't like it. I don't want to know anything about it. But we have to like kind of just step over the line and kind of go, what is it? You know, challenge ourselves to just, you know, you don't have to love it or like it or anything, but just maybe try to learn.
And then with the comfort, there's that comfort of knowing what's going to happen, of what to expect. So
right. That's there was a mastermind. We were doing mastermind with Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi. That was one of the things they said. And that was just before this next section of the AI stuff was coming. This was like just when the basics of ChatGPT was starting off. And they were talking about how, you know, you can be afraid of it, but what's going to happen if you decide to just ignore that it's happening? And then here we are 5 years later and you're left in the dust and you're behind because you just didn't just even want to just learn about it or have a little bit of knowledge of where things are going, right? Like just, it was a very interesting topic of conversation. I wish I would have recorded it.
I mean, and you know, I feel a certain way about all of that, but I also do understand like the other point of view, which is, you know,
absolutely.
There are some negatives that come with the AI, and by not embracing it, you're one more voice that's helping to stop the negative things that are happening. So I do see both sides, even if I feel a certain way.
Yeah.
So
yeah, super interesting.
Yeah. Wait, it's an actual animal? Thought you guys were talking about a dish where a fish is actually going to stuff this. Oh my goodness. Well, I didn't know it was an actual animal either, so we learned that together.
Yeah, I didn't know that, but why would there be a fish inside of a chicken?
Yeah, I've never heard that one before. What would that be called? A fishin or a...
Or maybe it's called
fish?
turkey, because I think that's what Jackson was saying. Like, I thought this is what you guys were talking about. So I guess there's a dish and there's an actual animal.
Yeah. I don't really
Well,
do
if
it.
you cook the turkey, then the dish would probably be called that.
Yeah, I would think so. I don't know if they raise turkeys for really meat birds, though, because they're so small. They're not really big like a turkey. That would be my only thing. Like maybe they would. It's actually like even at full size, it's just not really be like small like a Cornish game hen.
Like Cornish hen. Yeah.
So it's like a
Google
delicacy.
says they weigh about 3 to 4 kilos. So I don't know how much chickens weigh though, so I can't compare it. But
How much do your chickens
I don't
weigh?
buy chicken anymore because I have chickens. I have new love for chickens, so now I don't eat them.
Makes you feel a certain way, right? Like,
Feels kind of wrong. Like, is this your cousin?
I can't eat Gertrude. No.
Do you eat eggs, Rita?
Oh yeah, because they're all egg-laying hens. We don't let them eat eggs though, because that also feels wrong. They can eat eggs, but we don't let them. I'm like, it just
Not raising cannibals.
Yeah, a little bit
Yeah.
crossing the line.
I think chickens would eat anything you gave them.
They do.
So maybe it's a good thing you
For a person
just
who knows. Like,
take care of what they actually eat
Yeah,
and don't make them cannibals.
correct. Yeah.
Eva says, I don't really deal with ignorant people. So those I know against AI have very researched and supported arguments against it. I mean, yeah, there are very good arguments against AI. I do fall in the camp of where I feel like it doesn't matter. One more voice helps. But I think in the end, it's not going to matter. AI is here. It's not going to go away. Eventually, it's going to take over in understanding what it does and how it can affect you in your own life. I think can help prepare you for whatever's going to happen in the future. But there are very good arguments against it for sure.
Yeah.
So,
and I think it matters in what context you use the AI. It's like, I know for people, visually impaired people, use AI to like see the world around them, like differentiate between what bottle has milk and what bottle has yogurt.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
yeah.
So that's good use for AI, but then again, I'm opposed to AI art. So I think it really matters the context.
Agree.
Yeah.
Richard says there's many different ways to use AI. Just saying AI in writing is bad is a really broad but inaccurate statement. Yeah, I guess it depends on how you're using it, because I mean, we've been using AI far longer than we knew that we were calling it AI. I mean, what do you think Grammarly was doing 10 years ago? You know,
Well,
Grammarly was using AI.
You know?
So yeah, those I know for it, like using it. There's a lot of biased disinformation around it. I mean, that seems to happen regardless. Whatever the topic is, there's a lot of disinformation. You have to weed through and figure out what's the truth.
Yeah.
Usually environmental reasons for those I know who openly speak against AI. I almost said the environmental stuff because that's what I hear a lot. But most just don't care or don't want to encourage it, so they aren't gatekeeping, just not supporting those who use it. In the indie community, there's a lot of witch hunting. There is. And it surprises me how ridiculous sometimes it gets. And I'm thinking specifically about like those people who use Vellum to format their books. And then someone on TikTok said, oh, this person used Vellum. That's an AI. But it was Vella is what they were thinking of. But they switched the words. They didn't realize that Vellum was a formatting software. And so then all of a sudden there was a bunch of people saying, oh, this book is written by AI. It says right there in the beginning that it was helped with Vellum. Well, Vellum is a formatting software. It doesn't do any writing. There's actually no AI in part at all in it. So I think that it can go on the ridiculous side sometimes when that
that's been a concern for me. So I've looked for like ghostwriting gigs and they're like, no AI. I'm like, so does that mean I can't use Microsoft Word to spell check? Can I not use ProWriting Aid to spell check? If like, I remember I was having this moment yesterday. I was like, if ProWriting Aid changes one word to another word, is that AI? And is someone going to have, respond terribly to that? Can I do that? I was like, maybe I just type it in myself. I don't know. So I think it can go extreme, especially for people like me who are like,
is there a way to really get around it though? Because say you're in ProWriting Aid, you could say, okay, what's another word for this? It offers another word. I mean, you could go do the same thing in Google, Chrome, or whatever browser you're using. And most of them return AI generated responses. So how do you get away from it?
Right. And then I feel like with the witch hunting, I agree with you there, because it's kind of like those goalposts are constantly moving. Like one day this is bad, the next day, no, this is bad. You're like, well, can't get away from it.
You're absolutely right. The goalpost keeps moving. It's for people, like I said, for people like me, it's like, please, because I get over focused on like, please just tell me what are we working with here,
what are my parameters? What am I working with?
You just go old school handwrite and use the sources that come in a book and not online.
Right.
So I actually have a thesaurus book, but it's like in a box somewhere.
I'm still using that thing. I'm obsessed with it. It's like so old.
I used to go in there and choose. This is all through my teenage years. I choose 5 words every day and write a short scene using all 5 words. And then I would do that like every day.
Signs of a person who will be a future author.
Yeah, right.
So I get the AI. I get the AI concerns though, like, because I do have my own worries about it. Like I'm like, I mean, the fear of being replaced is not a good one, but I try to work around that. So.
Yeah, I do think about that too. I'm pretty sure I've read some AI books because they're terrible. I'm reading, I'm like, okay, you just lost this plot thread. Wait, she wasn't wearing shoes in that last scene. And I know as authors, we do sometimes our continuity doesn't work well. But I just feel, okay, either this is AI, you just did not edit your work because you're talking about the boots and how sturdy they were. But all of a sudden now she's going through a river and she has no shoes on. This is actually a book I read like 2 weeks ago. And I'm like, I don't get this. Where did the shoes go?
That would bug me. She had shoes. Yeah. The shoes are gone.
And again, I know that sometimes we do have issues with our continuity, and it either could be bad editing, but it wasn't the only thing, because in another scene, it was an intimate scene, and her clothes were ripped off. It's the only clothes she had, and I thought, oh, she's walking around naked for the rest of the book, but never talks about it.
And so that brings up an interesting question. Is this where if a person can't, let's say, afford to get a developmental editor, and mind you, I prefer to work with people, but if you can't get a developmental editor or a proofreader, is that a case where you say, hey, are there any plot holes here? Because I can't see it. I don't have a developmental editor. I don't have a beta reader. I need to put this out. AI, am I missing something here? well, suddenly she had no shoes, or she's walking around butt naked. You might want to fix that. Oh, yeah, you're right. I did not see that in rereading my stuff. Huh, how about that?
I think that's the furthest I got in a book that I've ever DNF'd. I was at 79% and I DNF'd it because I was like, okay, she can't just keep going with no clothes. It's not even.
You stayed the course, 79%.
Yeah, I was like, this is a really poorly written book, or it's AI. It's one or the other.
You missed the big reveal at the end. She knew the whole time.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't get this.
The emperor knew,
right?
He was not a fool.
But you know what? I take advantage of all my resources because, like, right now, like I'm using the AI to kind of like give me their opinions on it, which is almost like kind of a beta read. But I also have it lined up with my Omega readers to get the story next month. And then I have my alpha and beta readers after that. Right. And then I'm also looking into, forgot, Kat, I think, told me about this really good beta reader on Fiverr. So I'm going to try them out. Right. So I'm paying for and also tapping into my community and also using the free AI. So I'm using all the resources because I want to get as much insight into my work as possible to make the story as good as possible.
That is a great way to use it.
So that's what I'm doing. And also the irony of using AI detectors that are powered by AI. I thought about that before.
Yeah.
None of our business as creators, maybe like not our target audience isn't our target audience. That's why it isn't really important unless we want them as our target audience. I'm not sure what those are. I think I lost the thread on that one. I'd wager that readers are a lot more ambivalent toward it than other creatives are. As far as like the AI, yeah, but I'm also a reader and I'm pretty sure that was an AI written book and I did not like it. So I definitely prefer books that are written by humans. So,
yeah. Yes, there's one author, Michael Anderle. I actually appreciate it. I think this is what he said, but the books that he like himself types or however he gets the words in there, it's, you know, Michael Anderle. But the ones in which AI has done whatever significant amount of work, he said created by, which is a small difference, but for me, it signals like, okay, well, this is when he truly deeply used the tool to help him, but I can now choose actively which one I want to read and which one I want to support, which I actually value and I feel like is nice, very nice.
And this is true here. The average person doesn't care at all or know a thing about it. And they've done lots of studies, and it's like less than 25%, I think, of the world's population even knows about AI and does anything with it. So it's a very small portion. I'm sure that's going to change over time. I mean, it already has. When it first started, it was like 15% a couple of years ago of the world's population. And the one that's most known is ChatGPT. Cruel world and blunt, brutal, honesty ways. So I think that's back to the question. Yeah. Totally get why people are protective of human artists, but it seems to lead them to closing their minds entirely. Yeah. I mean,
that's unfortunate.
I think it's just a really hard spot, honestly, because we write as indie authors publishing. We publish our book. Our ebook is what? Usually between $2.99, maybe upwards of $6.99 is what we put our ebooks for. Traditional, it's in the teens, right? Anywhere from like $13.99 to $19.99 for an ebook. We can't publish at a higher rate or a higher monetary rate. So we're getting paid pennies for years of work that we put in. I mean, it took me 19 months to write my last book. And so, you know, it's just, you're making so very little money. And I think about artists, yes, they should be paid for what they're creating. But it does get expensive. I remember my first Kickstarter, I went out to go find an artist because we hit a stretch goal. So I went to go find an artist and I found one I really liked and I thought his prices were reasonable. So I reached out to him to do artwork. And he came back and says, oh, I see at your Kickstarter and you're at this much money. And he says, but I also see on your website or my YouTube channel, you're talking about AI. And I'm like, yeah. And he was like, just so you know, this is how I feel about AI. I'm like, okay. I was like, but what's your price? I mean, what can you do this? And he said, well, it's normally this price that you saw, but I'm going to have to make it double because you're going to, you know, I'm giving you the copyright, blah, blah, blah. By the time it was done, it was going to be like $1,300, which at that time I had only raised $1,000 in my Kickstarter. And so, or just over $1,000 or so. And I was like, you looked at how much money I was making and you're like wanting all of the money I'm making. I can't afford that. I can't afford to be paying people to do my Kickstarter. I need to make some money from my Kickstarter or at least break even.
That felt a little predatory.
Yeah, it felt like he really researched me. And I felt like, yeah, he was offering me a price that he thought I should be paying because of what I was making my Kickstarter.
Right.
not realizing Kickstarter takes a huge chunk of your money.
Yes, they do.
So, because I think what I ended up with 3,600, I think is what my Kickstarter ended at, and I got like 3,200 of it after they took all their fees, and then after production and everything, like creating, after I took, the books, making the books I went through Ingram Spark, and then shipping and all of that. My takeaway from $3,200 was $400 and some change. So there's no way. And that was I did pay an artist for a piece of artwork, and that was $400 and some dollars. So if I hadn't paid for that, maybe I would have made like $800 or something. But, there's no way. If I would have paid him $1,000, $1,300 for this artwork, I would have been in the negative for my Kickstarter. So,
right. And that's a challenge. Like I wanted to pay artists, but it's just like you say, as indie writers, like what we're charging for our books isn't really, really, really high. No. So how do you balance all of that?
So I look at it from one side, like we're spending time making all this stuff, and we make very little money. But then I also understand the artists, how they feel. We spend all this time making this artwork, and so we need to make good money.
Right.
But I'm like, how do you balance this? Because we basically give our work away for free sometimes. So like my first book is on sale for 99 cents. I make a sale on it, I get 35 cents from it. But so I don't know. I'm not saying that one way is right or one way is wrong. I just try to balance that all in my mind. It's like, how can we make this affordable? Because I cannot afford an artist that wants to charge me $1,000 for a piece of artwork. So
I paid my son to do my art for my coloring book.
Yeah. What'd you pay him in?
Or the character arts. It started with stickers. Started with the 8-track. Now we hear. No, it's yeah. So like, and he was just like, "Oh, that's a lot," and I didn't think that was a lot to pay him. I think I ended up paying like $300 or something. So it's about $50 per character. But he's got all the sketches, and we made sure we did everything, whatever. And I thought I was getting a deal.
Yeah, I think you got a deal.
Yeah,
you got a deal.
Mm-hmm.
And so in that there is the challenge too, right? Being fair, because we value people's work, we value the artist's work. So you clearly, like, oh no, this is a deal. You need to know what your worth is, right? But then when we're on the business side, we're like, but what can we afford?
Right. When he thought he was being overpaid, right? So he's like, well, that's too much. I'm like, well, I'd probably be paying more for someone else. I mean, I'd rather give it to you.
Yeah. I mean, there are artists out there that don't charge a whole lot or look into you and decide, oh, this is how much you can actually pay me, so this is what you're going to pay me.
Yeah. They're all looking up SD Huston net worth.
Yeah. It did feel like an extortion.
Right.
And so I was like, I like
that. And this is what the invoice will be.
Yeah.
Her clones make approximately this much.
Right. Exactly.
Annika, if you don't know, that there's a running gag of me having clones. So
the one thing I will say that I won't keep on this topic too long because I don't want to, unfortunately, take up too much time talking about AI. But I think the one challenge that I do have where I do struggle, and I think about artists, how they feel, is my concern with creating the art and AI writing, because I'm like you were saying, like, it's taking you 19 months. I'm like, if it takes me 8 months to write a book and it takes a person maybe a week to do the same because AI writes it, well, it just, now what, that is, I think, one of my consistent worries. And it makes me also think about artists like, hey, you guys, like, we're putting hours of work to get our product out here or to you, please pay us fairly. So I kind of always remember that in the toss up of things.
This is where I'm kind of at too, Richard. I personally, using AI to draft design, I draw from the writer side, right? I can see benefits in using it as an admin tool, but never for actual writing. Yeah, because I'm like, can you call yourself a writer if you're not doing the writing? I don't know. I mean, I'm sure some people believe it, but that you can. But I feel, at least here in the AuthorTube community, even for those who like AI, I feel that here in the AuthorTube community, we write because it's a love for the craft.
Yes,
so
I agree.
Anyways, I am writing and doing some editing as well. Awesome. Nice. Okay. I have been subscribed for a while. Just don't often get to join live. Well, I'm glad you got to join us live. Yeah, I don't often go on Sundays. Chromium is like how people can make flavors of Chrome. So I don't know if he's just making this up. So OpenAI are using it to make an AI flavored version of Chrome, essentially. I won't intentionally buy anything created with AI, but that's just because I'd rather support those who put the time in and pay for that. I'm the same. Yeah. If I do use AI artwork for things I'm not like really selling, like do stuff on I don't really do a whole lot of marketing, but like here on my YouTube channel, sometimes I've put up pictures and stuff that I use AI, but like for my Kickstarters, when I'm selling the artwork, I'm using human or I'm doing myself because I do have a little bit of an artist streak in me. But yeah. First, still support though with money. I just try to find the best deals, which I did find an artist on Fiverr. I absolutely loved his art style. He did a beautiful sea witch for me. I love the sea witch that he did. And he doesn't charge a whole lot. It was $75 for it, which is not a lot. And I remember he gave me the artwork and you can ask for revisions. And I was like, can I have one revision? I said, please put your name on it because this is his artwork. And he was like so touched by that. So I was like, oh, that's so awesome. I think I paid $105 altogether because I asked if he could make a coloring page from the sea witch. And that was also part of the Kickstarter. So yeah, I thought it was a really good price. He probably won't stay there though. No.
Yeah, probably not.
There are publishers producing only AI created books. I've heard that. I think the hate is at things like that. Yeah, I don't. One day, I think the AI might be there where it can write a book that makes sense. And again, I'm just making suppositions about some of the books I've read that I think are AI. I don't know if they actually are because it doesn't say, but I can read some of those things. I'm like, this does not feel like a human created this. But especially if you got like one conversation and things are there's no continuity just in the same conversation. I'm like, what were you thinking? Where was this going? Like I didn't notice that kind of stuff that often when I was
like, is this my ADHD? Like not understanding what I'm saying or reading right now? This conversation isn't adding up.
And I read a lot. I sat down last week on Monday and wrote down all the books I've read so far this year. So I've read like, so that's just, I'm on book 189. So I write down every book that I read throughout the year. And there's 12 DNFs, most of those because I think they were AI, because I have only had 1 to 2 DNFs every year I read. And this year I have 12. And I'm like, I think majority of them were AI books. So,
and for me, so I'm sorry, and then I'll be done. And as my only frustration, right, is if it is produced by AI and it's done very efficiently, very effectively. I mean, it's a very good business practice. How many of these will do very well financially? Because I like writing a lot, but I really like money because I like what money can allow me to do, right? Money allows me to create systems where I can pay other writers, other authors, other artists, bring people on. Like people like Michael Andrew, he's created a whole publishing imprint or what have you. And money allows for you to give other people jobs and to take care of yourself and your family. So for me, when I think about AI, that's the part I'm like, well, are you doing vastly better than me financially right now? Because that's
it. Eva says, my grandma used to talk about how they complained about paper and pencil when chalkboards worked just fine. I never knew this was a thing.
See, and, every invention comes with a little bit of pushback.
All those chalk people were out of business. Basically, no. There's still some chalkboards.
I have a chalkboard somewhere around here.
I think on all of my college, I went to several different colleges because I was in the military. So I would go to college wherever I was stationed, and I don't think any of them used chalkboards. It was all like whiteboards and stuff.
Yeah.
So, and then Joanne came in. Hello. Look at that beautiful picture.
Oh, professional. Someone's about to have a book show. Okay. Sugar and Spice, right? I think that's the name, or is it Culinary Confessions?
Well, Culinary Confessions is her book that's published. Project Sugar and Spice is just the name for it, which we've talked about how we like that name, but it probably won't be that because she doesn't, because spice being in the word being romance makes it seem like, it's spicy. And she doesn't, she writes, she doesn't even have like closed door intimacy because there's like no intimacy that happens in romance. So, although she says she might have
a closed door scene. Romance, but even though it's closed door.
Yeah.
Like sweet romance, like cute.
Yeah. Because romance is not the intimate part. Romance is what happens between the 2 or 3 or 4, whatever, how many people are in the relationship. So, Yeah, so Sugar and Spice might give the wrong impression of what the book is about, but she writes about bakery romances,
Right.
so it makes sense in that context. So, yeah. Okay, I'm going to try and get through these because we need to get another sprint in before the end of the hour because we have to finish up in the hour. So, it's called Vella, Vella. I think that's what I heard. I don't actually know. I didn't look it up.
Is that different from Vellum?
So there's Vellum, that's a formatting software, and I think the other one was Vella. Vella was some type of AI. That's what I heard, and that's where they were getting it from. But I don't know.
Oh, huh.
I'm looking it up. I don't see it. Well, Vella AI, Planet Retreat, streamlines sales process from RFP to booking, leveraging data-driven optimization to increase bookings. Has nothing even to do with writing. Oh, wait. No, sorry. Here's a different one. There's two different ones. There's more than one. Vella AI-powered email copilot digital assistant. Well, still, it has nothing to do with really writing. Stay on top of your digital life, helps you save time, clear out your inbox, stay in the loop, reorganize your inbox. So it's an AI, but not a writing tool, it looks like. But then people were saying it's an AI. People are writing with this AI, Vella, but it was Vellum. Vellum is the formatting software.
Mm-hmm.
Shannon, you're expecting nuance and context on TikTok. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really consume TikTok, but Rita does. They probably cost some authors already. An artist I love was accused of using AI when she doesn't end up quitting doing commissions. I have actually seen a lot of that going around too. Not only authors being accused of using AI when they're not, like the Vellum situation, but also artists being accused of it. And it's like, what can you do? You know, they talk about using like lapse.
Get rid of all your M dashes. That's what you do. That's the secret. That's the key.
I have gone through my Kickstarter book that I'm about to publish and started getting rid of some M dashes because of that.
So M dashes are illegal now?
It's called a ChatGPT dash or whatever. The actual punctuation. The two biggest influences.
Talk about goalposts. Like, you're never going to win. If someone's looking to be angry,
it's funny.
We're going to find anything to be angry about.
I was talking to a friend. We were doing a podcast interview, and I was talking about writing stuff and AI stuff, and I was like, the M dash. I'm like, I over the last year or so came across like how to use the M dash, and I'm like, I could tell you exactly who taught me. It's like an old retired Marine, who writes, he writes his like thriller stories. They all have like black covers, which is like a black and white photo person on there, right? And he wrote a little grammar book that's like how to use grammar, the basics of it. And I read it, I was like, I've been missing an M dash all my life. What have I been doing?
My two biggest influences growing up when I was doing a lot of my writing as a teenager was Edgar Allan Poe and Emily Dickinson. And both of them use the M dash quite a bit. A lot, actually.
Yeah.
But
get out your pitchforks.
The one thing that you have to remember is the AI, they train the AI on work that's already out there, whether in public domain or on the internet. So if this is something that writers have been using, well, now the chat is, or whatever, the AI is going to start using it, which means now that all of our work where we learned off of the masters in our fields is going to look like ChatGPT or whatever it is.
I'm with that what the Evo said down there. Let them, don't care. Like, whatever.
I know.
It's just whatever. I can only control me, and I know I'm honest, and I'm not having something do all my work for me. So that's where I'm just like, cares.
I'm a blog. Richard.
I was too funny.
I'm so glad I wasn't drinking anything.
This is true, Grayson. I would argue that the skill of being an author is to find those plot holes yourself. Sometimes though you get so close to your work that you think it's there, like having two thes, like the article having two thes back to back in a sentence. You've gotten so close to your work you don't see the double thes.
I practiced and put it away for like a month thing. Well, it turns into months plural for me because I'm just like, that's just me. But distancing yourself.
Yeah, because I feel like it's a skill, one of many, but things get lost. I mean, you can't find a published work, for example, or it's very hard to find one that doesn't have a typo somewhere. Like it's just, it goes through teams of people. So,
and you forget too. Like I was just working on formatting stuff with one of my sisters who was helping me during the beta process of book 2, and we're like, wait, does that character shoot that person, or is it that one? Wait, I don't know. Were they all in that room? When I had to go back and we're looking, and you just sometimes just have to do it. Just go find it.
There it is. Thanks for dropping the link. That's Culinary Confessions to Joanne's book. I actually do have it in print. It's a beautiful, sweet cover. Like, I love the cover. It came before really like all the character artwork was like where it was like the characters on the book covers for romance. It came kind of before that. And so it's not quite that artwork. And I think it makes it better because the artwork is just beautiful. Sprint coming soon. Be sure to tap that like. Going to add M dashes. Love the cute, so cute. Yeah. The M dash is AI. Well, they call it a chat GPT dash, from what I understand. I did read, saw a couple of videos and read it a little bit. Yeah, and like it actually has a punctuation like name, like it's a real punctuation that authors use or writers use.
Yeah.
So they trained AI in a lot of fan fiction, and fanfic loves the M dash. LOL.
Yeah, I failed many an English class because of those M dashes. So I know they were there before them, before the AI.
All right, let's go ahead and get into another sprint. I'm gonna have to cut it down the time. So this is 9:13, half hour, put us at 43. I think that's about enough time. So let's do a half hour. Nope. Oh, it's Rita. I got you're short up here. I was seeing you.
Savannah, the overly dramatic writer.
All right, so we're gonna get started on this last sprint, 1/2 hour in 3, 2. Oh, and I'm gonna have a new question up down below. I'm gonna change it out. 1. Good luck. And this time, how did you guys do?
I got some words in and hung out with my family a bit.
Nice.
I'll need those on. I was able to really, I just took care of the dogs, thought a little bit more about altering stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I checked in with the hubs. He's up roaming around. And then I was printing out another set of scripts for a secondary commercial that I booked this week. So
Is that
a
a new
big
one?
week?
Is that a new one since Friday?
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
well,
so now I've got 2 for the week.
Nice. I also went out and talked to the family for a little bit because everybody's up now. Pet the kitties. Got some more coffee. Then I came back and went back to editing. I added 18 words in my editing, although I deleted a couple hundred words more. No, I deleted just under 100 words. I thought it was more than that. Oh, well, this will get down there. So I also did take that document and I put it into Atticus, and it's exactly 43 pages, and it doesn't have any back matter. So, and this is one I know I need to still revise and get some other stuff in there. So I'm like, okay, I really do have to cut this story down a little bit, so I can get to so it doesn't go over 43 pages once I get the back matter in there. Which I think it's just going to be a page. I think I'll make it really simple for a short story. So, but yeah. And we do have this other question here just for you guys to, if you want to think about it while I am going through the chat, but it is, would your protagonists rather know their fate in advance or be ever assured to live freely, but in uncertainty? So, and let's see where we left off. Oh yeah, I did the cat video. I don't think I marked it. I didn't. I think it was left off with only heard of it on AuthorTube, and then the cute cats and dogs. And then Morgan came in. Hello, Morgan. How's it going? Hey, Morgan. Hi, Eva. And then Felicia came in. Good morning. She was in Sam's stream last night, but from the Twitch side, which I didn't know she was also on Twitch. Morning, says Eva to Felicia. And hi, Lena. How's it going? Good morning, Gwenna. Poppy in for a short minute before work today. Gwenna, I haven't checked my inbox, but I did send you an email from the podcast email because I know we were connecting through Instagram for the podcast episode, and then you gave me your email address to reach out to you. But since it was the first time, I don't know if it went to your spam or not. So if you've responded, just ignore everything I just said. If not, it's there waiting for you. I hung out with the family and got some iced tea. Sounds like we all kind of hung out with the family a little bit. So, 575, yes, nice. 571 words. Very nice. Awesome job. Someone was getting words. I mean, I got 18 words, but yeah.
Still counts.
Yeah. Busy week, Rita. Congrats on the gig. And thank you, Eva. Says Rita. All right, got to the end here. Okay, so what are your guys' answers to the question? Would your protagonists rather know their fate in advance or be ever assured to live freely, but in uncertainty?
I can jump in. So right now I have 4 characters. Essentially, they'll be the main characters in my POV world, in my post-apocalyptic world. Think Tales of the Walking Dead or what have you. So the main guy character, he would prefer to know. He would like to know. He's fine with that. He just accepts that as it is. He's going through a lot of ups and downs in his life, and he's like, it's fine. If I'm gonna get eaten by zombies, let me know in advance. Like, it's okay, it's all right. And then I thought the next character, she's kind of like I said, she's kind of has a sheriff archetype. So think like young, aggressive, assertive. Like she's just gonna kick down doors. Like she wants her freedom. There's no question about that. Like she's made like a harness out of like safety, like seat belts, so that she can like rappel out of places. Like no, she needs the uncertainty. One of my other characters is her mom, and no, she jumps to live life, and so is the other character. So yeah, only one of mine was like, no, tell me what's going to happen here. I can take it.
I would say Johannes would want to probably know the fate, just because he's kind of like trying to keep everything together for everyone. And then I would say Miranda would just be fine with living freely but in uncertainty. She's more of a softer character anyway. But everyone else, I don't know. Those two for sure. They're kind of opposite, but.
What about you, Annika?
I don't actually know, because like my character, she's autistic, so she needs predictability.
Yeah.
So she would like to know, but also she likes things to be the same. And currently, her life is full of uncertainty. So I don't know if she would be afraid to know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
I thought about this for my my novel. My work in progress was Nira and Zane, and it's a romantasy. Zane already lives freely in a way, but with uncertainty, and so I think he'd be like, I just want to know in advance because he's under a curse. He's like, I just want to know, is this curse ever going to be over? So, and then I think Nira would say that she want to, and she would feel more comfortable in the space of saying that she wants to know her fate in advance. But what she really needs is to be able to live freely, but in uncertainty. So hers is different. Her want and her need would be two different things. So let's see, we got a couple of comments. Some deep mystery. Mystery said, I worked on drawing a town map.
Cool.
I've been I have my board on here. This like dropping everything.
Fan of maps. That's awesome.
But yeah, I showed this like on my screen. This was my mind map where every block was a web page that I coded this past week for my scavenger hunt. But
oh my gosh, I used to do those.
I had to do it because I had to build the web pages backwards because each page leads to another page. And so in order to build the code right without having to do double work, I have to write the code. It's already better if I have the next page URL figured out so I can put it into the code instead of having to go through hundreds of lines of text to figure out, okay, where do I need to put this code?
So you remember back in the day, like before everyone had a website and it was drag and drop, we had to code it. And so that was how I would map out my websites too. And, you know, at the time, actors and barely musicians were doing websites, right? So I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna be where people aren't, you know. And that was what I did. The same exact thing. So helpful. I love that you did that.
I've been
memories.
So whenever I do like my world maps, so like the Book of My Heart, we were talking about this last night, Annika, when we were talking about like when we knew we wanted to be a writer. I think it was you who brought it up. Maybe it was someone else. I feel like it was you.
It was me.
Okay. Yeah. I thought it was you. Where like my first map that I drew, it's actually like a wahoo from Hawaii, but just turned the shape of the map. And then if you look at like my book series right now, I hand drew the map for my book series, but I did hire a map maker to make it for me. It's much smaller in scale, but that's one more page back. And I've had a couple people notice it, but the main map, that's Africa.
Yeah. Yeah,
but it's much smaller in scale. But anyways, I've been building the other continents because my 8 stories are in this world, but they're on a different continent. And so I had come up with a great idea. So there, can you see what that is? What does it look like?
Is that Italy? No.
It's a dragon head.
It's a dragon head. Yes.
Oh, okay.
So I actually, for the first time, didn't take something from the real world. No, but I set you up. I set you up wrong. I'm sorry.
I was looking at like, is that the boot? Is that the boot? I was looking at the lower part. Like, is that the boot?
So I was thinking about Italy a little bit over here because I was thinking about the shape of it, but I wanted it to be slightly different and how it could go with a dragon head. But yeah, so
I think you're just giving me that, and I'll take it. Thank you.
And I mean, like trying to draw on the nitty gritty stuff of like where my stories are taking place.
I think it's so cool.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, my map maker doesn't do maps anymore, and so I don't know what I'm going to do. How I'm going to have that one done. I thought about using Incarnate to do it myself, but I don't know.
Gosh, that looks so great already. You're doing awesome.
I will see if I can find the person. So there's a YouTube I went on the other day. Eva, you know which one. It was an Imitable, I think. I think there was a guy there that does maps, I think specifically for them. So maybe.
Yeah, but he works with that Imitable or whatever. I can't say that word either.
Yeah.
That is a traditional.
Add it to the list.
This is kind of like this. This is Egg and Dre, the first map I showed you. That's how little it is compared to the rest of it.
Oh, that's so
I'm
cool.
gonna put it all together. One of these days, I'll have my whole world.
You're right. He does work there. I just figure, I mean, what doesn't take commissions, but
it's possible he could take commissions. I think I got turned off on it because when I did my, I wrote the book of my heart. I did it like back in 2013. I wrote another copy of it, and I tried to find an editor to help me edit it, and didn't realize that she worked with traditional published authors. And so she came back. She was like, "No, this is not good enough for me." I'm like, "Oh," so I was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna try to work with anybody who works with traditional published authors." So wow. Yeah. And I was like, I didn't know editors would turn you down. I thought editors were looking for work. I didn't understand the difference then. So yeah, so cool, mystery. LOL to Eva. It just feels better if I know which way people are walking, where things are, but with room to add things later if I need to. I think that gets back to like the question I asked Mystery yesterday was like, do you get into like the nitty gritty where like it can slow you down sometimes, especially if you're writing something that's contemporary? Like, okay, how many steps does it take to get to the next block? And how long is it if you use a bicycle? Or how long is it if you use a car? Like I start breaking it down.
When I was researching like smaller towns in book 2, because they're in the Greek Isles, it's a whole thing. But I'm like, I want some like off the beaten path type of place that no one's ever heard of. I got lost in cobblestone steps, and what is that? How long has that been here? And what would the town folk be like? And it's on the water, so is it smell like fishiness? I don't know. Is it like delicious, amazing food? And if there's a bar in this smart town, would they have a TV on the wall like the States? I don't think so, but they might.
The nitty gritty.
Yeah.
None of it matters.
I mean, you will have those fans who will look into it, and it will matter to them, especially if you get a detail wrong.
Oh, yeah.
So
I'll put my disclaimer at the front. Look, I did my best. If it's incorrect, I already know.
Oh, like the author of The Martian, Andy Weir. He tries to do everything as scientifically correct as possible, but even he knows when he wrote The Martian that the storm that happened during the plot, it wouldn't happen like that.
Right.
Excuse me.
Creative. That's where you take your creative
liberty.
Liberties.
Creative liberty. Yeah.
Creative liberties.
Sorry, Morgan has this. I went to get breakfast and coffee. I worked most of the weekend and finally have a day that I can write. Yay. Yes. Well, there's definitely more streams happening after me. We have to finish up with 4 minutes. Thank you so much for letting me know. I was losing track of time. I could sit here and talk all day. So yep. You guys want to do your outros? Go ahead, real quick.
Yeah. I'm Annika. I write mainly YA contemporary, and I apparently make videos about writing.
Nice.
Hey, Adeshile here. I do lots of crazy random stuff. I try to smile sometimes. I write character-driven stories about flawed people finding their way through impossible worlds and challenges. And my stories are at the intersection where survival meets heart, and even the broken can begin anew.
Nice. Half coffee, half chaos, 100% pretending I have a strategy. Make sure you guys check out the Harbor Excursions coloring book, now available on Amazon.
Oh, love it. And I have been your host, Shanon, for SC Huston. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Everyone who's here on screen, Annika, Adeshile, and Rita, thank you for joining me today. And I hope that the rest of the Storytellers Hearth goes well for everyone. Bye, y'all.